Spoiler warning, though you shouldn't be here anyway if you haven't even seen Cobra Kai Season 5. The season ended on somewhat of a finality note. Silver has been finally taken down, is now under arrest. Stingray has come forward about what really happened in the Cobra Kai dojo. Daniel is at peace with his rivals, and almost all student rivalries have come to a close. But that still leaves us with some questions. What will happen to Kreese now that he's escaped? Is Kim Da-eun still going to enter the dojo in the Sekai Taikai? Will Miyagi-Fang win the global tournament? These are my thoughts on what will happen in Cobra Kai Season 6. The first storyline we should talk about is Terry Silver's arrest and what will happen now that he's in custody. At this point, it's hard to say if he's out of the equation completely, given the amount of power and resources that he possesses. However, Hayden Schlossberg recently responded to a question stating that Silver will be charged for attacking Stingray instead of Kreese. He also makes a point that the bigger issue here is Silver's reputation. Daniel's plan had worked, and now the Valley will see who he truly is. I'm not entirely sure what will also happen now that it's revealed he rigged the tournament. It's hard to say if the All-Valley board is willing to do a do-over, given how far Tori went in the tournament, and now that they'll question every fight Tori had, with notable favoritism in her fights against Da-eun and Tori. In the scenario that he does still attempt to enter the Sekai Taikai, I doubt that he will still have assistance from Kim Da-eun, due to her disapproval of Silver's rivalry with Daniel LaRusso, and therefore also questioning how good he really is as a teacher, since he had to use so many underhanded tactics to fabricate his reputation. Kim Da-eun also could care less about money, as we see from her first interaction with Terry on screen, proving that she cares more about her grandfather's legacy. This makes Da-eun similar to Chosen in this regard, where they both care more about honor and honoring the memory of their legacy more so than money. Notice that she is also nowhere to be seen once Silver is defeated and arrested, last seen in the background as all the Cobra Kai students quit and throw their shirts and jackets onto Silver. I'd also like to address a theory I've also seen going around on Twitter, and how Terry Silver could be terminally ill, which would explain why he was at the hospital and ran into Johnny, not to mention saying he wasn't afraid to die on the battlefield, though I really saw this more as a reference to Karate Kid Part 2, where Chosen wasn't afraid to die in a fight, and how youth was the one thing money can't buy. As I said before, I don't ever see a character dying off until it is the final season, but that being said, Cobra Kai is notorious for dropping hints right in front of our noses as a casual line, such as Kreese correctly predicting Tori was the All-Valley champion the dojo needed in Season 3. Like with everything else, it's a possibility and would make sense on why he would want to leave a legacy, but at this moment, it's hard to say. The second storyline I'd like to talk about is Kreese and how it ties directly with both Terry and Kim Da-eun. In regards to his storyline, Hayden Schlossberg tweeted that he has a choice: pack it in and go off into the sunset, or go out guns a-blazing, paraphrasing what Kreese said to Silver as he's leaving Silver's house after talking to him. While Kreese is going to be on the run as he's escaped from prison, as we mentioned before, those charges are going to be dropped, and if anything, the only thing he will be charged with is for assaulting an officer. However, in California, that is still going to be a lighter and less serious offense than what he was framed for, as seen here. In the 80s, it was clear that Kreese wanted to focus more on his students instead of competing in the Sekai Taikai, especially when Johnny Lawrence started taking karate lessons. However, that motivation may now change because of two reasons: Johnny and Daniel wanting to erase any trace of legacy that Kreese has, and the fact that they have screwed him over with the false promise of having a lawyer to help. Kreese has always been about retaliation, and I would imagine that he's not going to take that act lightly. We know that he and Kim Da-eun have a friendly enough relationship, as she even noticed he wasn't present when Silver greeted her. This is also hinted at in the flashback, as he was kind enough to hide her while she watched him and Silver spar. They also have both one true goal in common, like Silver did: legacy. Kim Da-eun wants her grandfather's teachings to be known, and Kreese wants his legacy to live on through the teachings of Cobra Kai. If it came down to it, I also wouldn't be surprised if Kim Da-eun helped Kreese with his legal problems, knowing that Silver was too caught up in the rivalry with Daniel, betrayed John Kreese, and used so many underhanded tactics to again fabricate his reputation. If Kreese takes the reins and partners up with Kim Da-eun and her students, as Cobra Kai has lost all the students Silver recruited at this point, or most, Johnny and Daniel will meet him on the mat once again. The third storyline is the Miyagi-Fang alliance and how they will handle the Sekai Taikai. Again, assuming that Kim, Kreese, and or Silver, or any combination of the two of those three, are still planning to enter the Sekai Taikai with Kim's dojo, Miyagi-Fang will have to take the fight to them on a global scale. I would imagine that the stakes would be really high, whether it is another agreement that this time is honored and verified by independent sources, meaning no refs can be paid off, a contract in writing, and even more strict boundaries of no dojos fighting until the tournament. I believe at this point that both Daniel and Johnny are on pretty good terms to continue working together, and it will be a matter of more to get the students to keep working together in the instance that Tori joins and starts working together with Sam. If we do see a sensei versus sensei fight, I don't foresee any of the male senseis fighting Kim da-eun, as Cobra Kai has had a history with keeping intergender fighting very brief or ambiguous enough to where it doesn't affect that fighter's standing. For example, Tori getting the last laugh with both Robbie and Miguel, despite taking hits from both of them the majority of each fight. Unless Chosen or Mike Barnes know someone that they can call on to fight, the only logical person I can think of that would come into the mix who knows karate would be Julie Pierce, the only other teenager to have been taught directly by Mr. Miyagi. This would be a nice way to write her in, as the writers have confirmed that she and Daniel met at Mr. Miyagi's funeral. They slowly start making more and more subtle references to either her character or the next Karate Kid. Last but not least, I'm going to explore one of the darkest theories I've covered yet. Here is your warning to skip ahead, as it does deal with traumatic events of losing family members, so if you are sensitive to this type of content, I'll give you a few seconds to skip to the next chapter. I think it's important to explore all possibilities, and I hope that I am dead wrong about this, but as we've seen all the parallels and similarities to Johnny Lawrence and Mr. Miyagi, we could see a parallel where Johnny faces a medical emergency with Carmen, just how Mr. Miyagi lost both his wife and son due to complications at birth. This happened while Mr. Miyagi was away fighting during World War II, and in the event something happens with Carmen, Johnny may have to bow out to help Carmen or attempt to be there for her and the baby. I don't think that the show would pull the rug out from under us like that, but we also know how much they love to parallel the movies, whether it's the good, bad, or the ugly, and right now, anything is fair game until Season 6 is here. That being said, I'm looking forward to seeing what Cobra Kai has in store for us come Season 6. While we don't have a definitive release date yet, or word if Netflix has renewed it for the next season, as the big three are also working on Obliterated, I think that will also give them more time to land out the ideas they had in mind for the new season. I'll be waiting to hear the news myself, and until then, keep an eye out for future videos. Before I go, I want to give a quick shout out and thanks to my partners and affiliates. I now have official merchandise. Go to strifethewarrior.art or click on any of the merchandise below the comment section. If you're trying to prevent Miyagi-Fang from breaking into your server and exposing your diabolical scheme, then you'll need some strong security to protect your information. Go to nordvpn.com/strifethewarrior or use coupon code StrifeTheWarrior to get a NordVPN 2-year plan with a huge discount. You can use NordVPN to unlock Netflix and your favorite entertainment websites that are not available here in the US. You can connect up to 6 devices at the same time with one account. There is no data logging whatsoever, and it works even in China. NordVPN works with Windows, macOS, Linux, iOS, and Android, has a Chrome extension which is very user-friendly, and unlimited bandwidth. If you're not happy with it for any reason, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. With 7 All-Valley Championships under its belt, it's no wonder why NordVPN is a winner. If you use this code, you also help directly support my channel. So go to nordvpn.com/strifethewarrior or use coupon code StrifeTheWarrior at checkout. Last but not least, I'm sure I have a good majority of gamers here in the audience, but did you know you can grab some excellent games while supporting charities at the same time? If you haven't already, you should check out HumbleBundle. They've raised over $200 million in charity since 2010 and feature a different charity site-wide every month. If you see a bundle you like, you can pay for what you want and in return get computer programs, games, ebooks, etc., and the proceeds support charity. Go to HumbleBundle.com and use my referral link in the description at checkout. These referral links help support the channel, so thank you NordVPN and thank you HumbleBundle. Let me know what you guys think down below. What will happen in Season 6? If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, and comment, as these all help my channel grow. Also, if you like the dynamic of Cobra Kai, I highly recommend watching Tiger and Bunny. It's an anime about 2 superheroes overcoming their differences with a very similar dynamic that we see between Daniel and Johnny. Season 1, half of Season 2, and 2 movies are available on Netflix right now, with new episodes of Season 2 dropping next month on October 7th. I have a couple of videos out right now on who I believe to be the show's Johnny and Robbie, so check them out. Be sure to check out and subscribe to my second gaming channel. I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, and supporting this channel also helps me support my main channel. I'll be uploading more clips to this gaming channel, so stay tuned for that. Keep up with me on my socials via Instagram and Twitter. Shout out to my YouTube members, I appreciate the support. If you'd like to directly support the channel, consider becoming a member and enjoy perks such as VIP channels, access in Discord, preview videos before release, 15% off of merch, members only live streams and chats, and more, all for only 99 cents. Thanks for watching, stay beautiful, stay awesome, and we'll catch you around next time.